Chapter 14, Kill Switch. Hopefully you all have a great day and a happy holiday. Rasha. With only hours to go before the Architect unleashes a devastating global attack, you, Callum, and Vivian find yourselves holed up in the least fashionable hotel in Moscow. Coming through, gotta pee. Vivian beelines for the bathroom, pausing to grimace at its conditions. Oh man, they don't even have complimentary shampoos. Why do you need a shampoo when you pee? Callum's phone starts to buzz and he declines the incoming call, and then instead inspects one of the beds with his toe. This seems incredibly unsanitary. Do I need to check for bed bugs? Missing Gaia safe houses already? Of course not, even a luxury Gaia bed. I wouldn't have been able to sleep knowing you were locked away in a cell. You gaze into his eyes, feeling a strange ache in your heart. That's awfully sentimental of you. It was a pretty cozy cell. It's because I couldn't stand the injustice, okay? Oh, so it was about ethics. Strictly professional. Come on. You threw out professional when you left Gaia. Somehow I guess disobeying the director to race after your rogue partner might be grounds for termination. They haven't fired me just yet. Before Callum can say anything else, his phone starts buzzing again. Scowling, he takes it out. One guess who? The director. Ooh, our best friend Marv? Incoming call. Confirming your suspicions, Callum shows you the screen before pointedly declining the call. He can't convince me to come back, I've already made up my mind. Is avoiding the director wise? They're gonna think I kidnapped you. I can hear the bulletin now. Rogue Agent Jones, some dudes, Gaia sweetheart, Callum Gray. Our sparring record makes me doubt you'd be able to convince anyone of that. We did kind of tie, actually. I wouldn't have to fight you. Change subdue to seduce, and it all adds up quite nicely. That might be a little closer to the truth. Even though most of this book, he refused our advances. Am I really worth the implosion of your long, illustrious career? Don't be obtuse. Not everything is about you. You sure about that? Marvin always thought I'd become the next director. The model agent, following in his father's footsteps. But what's the difference between being a model agent and being a pawn on a chessboard? Well, one's basically in love with me. He raises an eyebrow, but his answering smile doesn't reach his eyes. He reaches across the bedspread and takes your hands in his. Okay, maybe it was a little bit about you. You're my partner, Elliot. Maybe at first that's all it was, but I'll follow you anywhere. You have me. We're going to win. You try to swallow past the lump forming in your throat. Of course we'll win, because you're one hell of a man. No matter what's been thrown at us during his missions, you've always managed to impress me. Not really. He's failed almost every time. I'm surprised you'd admit that so readily. What have we got to lose now? His lips part, his expression softening, and then he squeezes your arm with a grim smile. I still think there's plenty to lose, like you. I'm not going anywhere. Not now. It's either us or the Architect, and I don't plan to go down easy. Giggity. His eyes flash with determination, almost excitement. It's, if that's how you feel, I have just the thing. He stands and heads over to the pack he brought from Gaia. He pulls out an all-black tactical outfit. Leave it to you have to be prepared an emergency mission kit. Ready for anything, remember, even a firecracker like you. You lean back on your hands as he efficiently changes into the sleek mission suit, which hugs his body in all the right places. It's literally the same damn suit. I thought it was something different. You know, where it was actually black. I mean, the pants, the gloves are black. No, that's kind of like a dark lavender, maybe. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's gonna be cold as hell out there. Would be a shame if we froze to death before taking out Johan. I always thought hell would be rather warm. Callum hands you a similar tactical outfit, including a utility belt and a gun holster. You feel the fine fabric between your fingers. It'd help you blend into the shadows and avoid detection. Not to mention, there are some new tools I sourced. A state-of-the-art crossbow, a stun gun. This is the moment, Elliot. We've only got one chance to take the Architect down. The Phantom. Blend into the surroundings in order to... Yeah. Ooh! Okay, let me get this. No. Stop. This is normal. Free. Okay? And this is... Yeah, okay, we're gonna blend in the shadows while showing more skin. How does that work out? It just does, Locum. Stop questioning the book and the writers. Select the diamond choice. Jesus. I tell you, this man drives me crazy. You get up and change into the tactical outfit, amazed at how lightweight and sleek the material is. Callum eyes you up and down, appreciating the cut of your figure. You shift into a pose to better show it off. Looks good on you. Why the surprise? All things look good on me. He lingers at the side of the holster around your thigh, biting his lower lip. You reach out for Callum's hand. He's about to take it when Vivian bursts in, doffing her backpack and digging out of one of her laptops. Stop touching, I'm coming back in. Last minute gaming session before the collapse of the world. I wouldn't blame her. If the Architect succeeds, I'm guessing the only ones using the internet will be him and his cronies. This isn't the time for jokes. We only have a few hours left to stop it before it happens. I can't say Gaia was thwarted in many technologically savvy villains. It's such a new form of terrorism. What does any terrorist need for absolute control? Money, fear, fealty? First, he'll target the banks, empty them of the resources, then he'll go after the people to force the governments to kneel to him. It's worked for many before him, and it will work now. And the leaders will be forced to comply to save their citizens. They'll give anything he wants. So, it's like what happened at the Hôpital de Rachel, but on a global scale. Global and 10 times worse. Vivian produces a silver flash drive, small and unassuming, in her hand. Luckily, I have a plan. The kill switch. Any guy like the Architect must have hundreds of computers to operate something that's huge. If we can get this on his network, it's our best chance to sever the plan at the roots. Vivian, that's incredible. I never thought I'd be this proud of you. Not just for this, but for everything. We wouldn't have come this far without you. And you've come a long way from washing your hands of the whole affair in Casino Ambrosia. I'm just doing my job, seeing this through. Well, you've done a lot more than that. Breaking a Gaian agent out of confinement, pretty high stakes. Agreed, your skill set on this mission has been impressive, but more than that, you're irreplaceable on the team, Vivian. Let the weight of your mission settles on your shoulders. The three of you regard each other with grim determination. And it's time to go. Let's put a stop to the Architect once and for all. A few hours later, the three of you soar over the snow-escaped Siberian wilderness on a private stealth jet. Only Callum could obtain a privately owned stealth jet while being a literal fugitive. The pilot still owed me a favor. Why is it so whited down? Like, oh my god, it's just all white and gray. It's like we're in the 40s. Dare I ask why? Nothing too harrowing. I just saved him from an assassination attempt. Vivian, how's it going? From the open door to the cockpit, you see Vivian give you a thumbs up. The program I installed are working beautifully. Like we're flying it without, flying it. Comforting. Let's not crash, just a thought. You peer out the window shield and spot a shadowy building in the distance, ringed with white smoke. There's the nuclear facility. We're close. About 10 miles out. I'm trying to hack into the communication system, but everything's blocked. It's like the museum on steroids. What are you saying? This is the same guy who created an internet signature so complex we needed a hard drive to track it down. I hate to say it, but I think you're on your own. If that's true, we're doomed! It's time to learn on the job. I know, I'm thinking. Think a little faster. There has to be some way to bring our A-game. We'll need to know how to navigate without you, bypass security systems, unlock doors. Jones is right. If we have any hope of getting that kill switch installed, we'll need every second we can get. Then maybe there's a way to pass those skills on while we still have time. Or you could just literally have, you know, your robot come with us, but you know. She scrambles to grab her laptop, opening it to reveal a complex series of code. I could show you how to break down a firewall and bypass terminal commands. In 9 minutes. The architect is sure to have tons of them set up, but he thinks there's no way I can get in. If you can get in for me, he won't be expecting it. You really think we can learn in the next few minutes? We'll make it easy. You can even practice modding my favorite MMO. Wow. Because hacking one of the most advanced, like, security systems in the world is comparable to modding your MMO. And this is coming from a guy who knows to code. Oh my god. I'm just gonna turn off the smart part of my brain right now to continue with this. I feel a lot more secure if we knew how to fight the architect on his own turf. Learn hacking tips from Vivian. Oh, yes. Wow, never thought of this. If you can't tell the sarcasm, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, this is gonna work. I know it. Okay, we've got T-minus 9 or 10 minutes until we get the drop zone, so we need to move. Vivian hurries over to one of her bags, takes out a second laptop, also covered in stickers. She presses into Callum's arms. You've hacked 2 computers this whole time? Most of us do. Let's be honest. You didn't notice? Are you supposed to profile people? You know, like little phones. Those are technically computers, right? Anyway, this is a way the 2 of you can learn at the same time. Look here. Vivian's laptop, log in. You and Callum sit facing each other on the floor, each with one of Vivian's laptops balanced in your laps. Okay, let's go over the basics. First, source code. It's basically what makes any program run, and it's what you'll have to use to debunk any of the architect's security. When you hack into something, you're rewriting the source code. Rewriting how exactly? Don't get ahead of yourselves. Before you can do that, you need to find the IP address of the server. Once you have the IP address, you can get past the firewall. You can change the text segments of the source code. If we need to get past the firewall to rewrite the code, but we need to rewrite the code to dismantle the security. See, what I do is complicated. The easiest would be decrypting the firewall before you do anything else. Decrypting a firewall? Do you realize how long that takes? This is illegal, right? Yes. Vivian sits back on her heels and crosses her arms. And let's review how many scrapes I've got you out of, thanks to the illegal skill set. It's not the mission-specific times we're worried about. I mean, I'm not worried. I think it's cool. Vivian exits the program file and opens up a new colorful window. Okay, now that we've covered the basics, I'm gonna put you 2 to the test. Oh. The words Dragon World 14 scroll across the computer screen to a bright, fantastical font. They're going with Final Fantasy, most likely. This is one of my favorite MMOs. I constantly mod it, but a while ago I found out how to go into individual servers and alter the base game. Don't the other players get mad at you for changing it? Yeah, sometimes, but I stick to cool mods, like ones that can make you fly. But I haven't been banned from the game yet. That's what the aliases are for. That's not how any of this works. Like a hacker name? Right, you 2 are going to each choose a hacker name. Get in the server and change the environment with your name on it, like a graffiti tag. I don't know. The first one to get in wins. What do we win? At the promise of competition, Callum's eyes light up and he poises his hands over the keyboard. Fine, Jones, prepare to lose. Okay, Elliot. What will your hacker name be? Make it something cool, something memorable. Just say. Darkmang23. I like it. What about you, Callum? Agent Slate. Oh, how original. Slate is in gray. Congratulations, you figured me out. It's not like we have time to workshop it. Hacker names are personal. We don't comment on them. Agent Slate it is. Now, this is where the test begins. The first one to get in and change the game's environment wins. You and Callum exchange smirks hunched over your respective laptops. Several minutes until we reach the drop zone. Go! You pick up a command prompt. Callum types quickly across from you. the IP address. Okay, if I follow this bit of code, aha! With the IP address in front of you, you're able to follow to this host server. Got it. Good job, keep going. Once you found the host server, you scan through the program files containing the source code. Okay, here's where things can get a bit dicey. Remember that you have to understand the code before you can change it. As you attempt to access the code, you shoved out by the security system. What was it again? Something about a firewall? You scan through the files until you find the right one, which brings up a long list of complicated code you can't read. How do I get past the firewall? Decrypt the file. Right, decrypt it. Find the prompt to do so and watch as the code is rewritten before your eyes. Hey, I think it's working. Vivian leans over to see your progress and nods proudly. It is. The firewall's crumbling. Oh, don't get cocky. I'm right behind you. Once the security system is decrypted and breached, Vivian pats you on the shoulder. Go ahead, say the line. Clear your throat and then lower your voice. I'm in. Beautiful. Don't get ahead of yourself. Oh, I'm ahead, Greg. Way ahead. Or should I call you Slate now? Like Dark Mind 23 is any better. Yes, it is! Go yourself! Hey, focus. The firewall's down, now what? You turn back to the program where the layout of the server blinks in front of you, ready for your input. Now that I have the source code in front of me, I should be changing the game's environment. But how? I should change the text segments. Nodding to yourself, you locate the text segments in the code corresponding to the game's coded environment. I think I got it. He looks over your text you've highlighted and claps. Hey, look at you, good job. Callum pouts across from me. I was just getting to that. Vivian applauds with a big grin in your direction. And the winner is Dark Mind 23. The architect won't know what to hit you, or what to do with you. Yeah, I almost had you. No, you didn't. You're the ultimate hacker, besides Vivian. Yeah, no, we're not. Sure you did, but it looks like you need to up your game. Oh no, I've created a monster. What are you gonna do to the environment on the screen? Everything's better with fairy lights. Dope, I like it. Well, get to work. You pull up a normal standard forest on your screen, then fill up the text segment with the command to pepper fairy lights throughout. Okay, let's see how it looks. That's not fairy lights. That's okay, just shut up. You execute the beautiful purple lights dot your screen. Whoa, this is what you do all day? Vivian laughs while you spin the camera around, taking in every tree. In small letters, the name Dark Mind 23 can be seen all around. Like I said, imaginative. He eyes your changes with a critical gaze, but his lips are smiling. I think it's safe to say that you can change Monster World 14. You can channel your code. Good work. The architect may be more advanced than this, but he won't expect you to have this in your arsenal. If anything, it'll buy us more time, which we seem to be running out of. Callum hands Vivian the laptop and peers through the window. Yes, this is it. We're approaching the drop zone. The three of you take a moment to appreciate that this might be the last time you're all together. Vivian in particular looks devastated. I can't get you directly over it. I'll have to kill the engine so we remain undetected. But I'll get you damn close. You'll do great. Actually, flying or no. You hold out your arms and Vivian jumps up from the pilot seat to hug you tight. Be careful, okay? There might be more lasers or guard tigers or... There aren't going to be any tigers. It's Siberia. Anything could happen. A surge of fondness rises in you as you hug her. Vivian, nothing can bring us down. You know we're more than equipped to handle this. We're Phantom Agents, remember? Well, not anymore. You get the idea. Don't get cocky. That's how you know the movie is about to take a devastating turn for the worst. We wouldn't have gotten this far without you, Vivian. Remember that. Vivian squeezes Callum tight. He looks surprised but smiles as he hugs Vivian back, and Vivian steps back with a sniff. Good luck, Phantom Agents. Vivian reaches back into the cockpit and types in a command. The jet's engines stall and the side door slides open, letting in a blast of cold air. Callum checks the harness of your parachute, his hands lingering on your waist. Ready. The two of you face the night outside, the wind whipping at your clothing. Let's do this. It never whips at your face anymore. The two of you jump out the open door and into the air. Breath rushes from your lungs as you hurtle towards the ground. We need to pull our chutes in 10, 9. But first, watch me do a flip. Oh my god! You bring your arms close as you arc through the air, executing a perfect front flip. Show off 6. Can't help it, I learned that little trick from a pilot in Vietnam. Good morning, Vietnam! Callum is quiet for a second before he performs the same stunt flawlessly. And now I've learned it from you. Oh, touché. The wind roars in your ears, and you glance towards the ground, seeing the white blanket of snow and clouds rushing to meet you. Deploying parachute in 3, 2. With calm efficiency, you both yank on the cords in tandem. The dark parachutes balloon out, slowing your descent. The two of you touch down, your feet skidding on the fresh powder as the chute billows out behind you. Let's make this quick. You unclip your harness and shed the parachutes. Callum helps you roll them up and stash them behind a snowbank. The wind chill is no joke. Good thing I'm wearing the jacket. Almost could say it's a little toasty. The cold's the least of our worries, look. He points down the hill where several guards stand ready with rifles in their arms. In the distance you hear a rumbling engine. Uh-oh. Am I hearing... Snowmobiles. Should have expected that. 2 vehicles speed across the white plains directly towards you. Here they come. And Callum fall into the snow, feeling the ice cut through your mission suits. Take them out to the rides. You read my mind. Looks like they haven't seen us yet. We have the advantage. Perfect. Your hands run over the mini tools stowed in your utility belt. Stunner. You pull out your stun gun from the belt as the snowmobile's moving closer. Callum counts you down. Ready, and at a signal, you pull the trigger. A pulse of light speeds towards the closest snowmobile. Gotcha. Good one. The guard slumps into the snow, and the snowmobile slides to a stop. And the other guard makes a wide turn back to the facility. Well, now they know we're here. Callum motions for you to get on. You barely have time to straddle the vehicle and grab his waist before he zooms ahead. So much for a nice, quiet entrance. You're not planning to crash your snowmobile into his, are you? Callum? No, that's your thing. The hand, the guard glances over his shoulder and accelerates, ducking down behind his window shield. Like the scene from Return of the Jedi. We need to cut him off. Line me up for the shot. Done. He edges the snowmobile closer to your target. You're so close you can feel the spray of the other vehicle's snow coating your face. We only got one shot. Sorry about this. Except not really. With grim determination, you take aim. Callum veers, avoiding the rush of wind. Your vision is crystal clear. No. You shoot, and the second snowmobile spirals into a tailspin. The guard flies from the seat, landing in a nearby snowbank with a thud. Nice shot. I know, right? With one last look at the guard, he revs his engine, and you close in on the architect's domain. As you get closer, you point out the floodlights sweeping across the ice below. Callum pulls to a stop, and you ditch the vehicles to continue on foot. Welcome to prison! Damn, that's one certified supervision lair. The two of you stare up at the sheer face of the concrete as the building looms over you. A shiver crackles down your spine. Elliot. You freeze as the nearest guard turns towards you, eyes sweeping the area on alert. Dive behind a snowbank. As the guard turns, Callum drops to the snow, and you dive behind the largest snowbank near you. Don't move. Finally, the guard turns and walks in the opposite direction. You exhale and exchange a look with Callum. I'll never complain about snow again. The two of you creep forward, keeping to the nighttime shadows as you approach the facility entrance. You and Callum hastily cross the threshold and get through the front doors, entering the facility. No guards, no alarms, weird. The two of you exchange a grim look before taking a good look around at the barren, metallic interior. I don't like this, it's too easy. Probably a trap. As you say the words, a prickling sensation scrapes along the back of your neck. And a handful of dark figures suddenly leap down from the ceiling right between you and Callum. Hold it. Guards swarm into the room, separating you. You're pushed further into the building. Callum's pinned between the guards and the exit. Callum! You try to break through the blockade of bodies, but Callum disappears in a flurry of blows. His voice shouts over the din. Elliot, you know what has to happen. You have to clear a path forward, I don't. That's right, we've got you now. You hesitate for a split second, frozen as Callum ducks an incoming attack. Give him hell. I plan at him. He spins and lands a solid bone-cracking kick on the approaching guard, sending him crashing into the nearest wall. Damn, that's on. Elliot! And with a start, you finally turn to run towards the server room while Callum keeps the guards occupied. We're so close, I just have to install the kill switch. You reach into your pack as you run, grabbing the thumb drive that Vivian designed for just this moment. But before you can move any further into the room, the door slides closed behind you. Hello again, Elliot. You whirl around to find Rowan standing in front of the closed door. Rowan? Let's postpone the charade, I'm busy. Your emotions battle inside you, complex and twisting. Equal parts frustration and relief. No quirks, no flirting, no back and forth. I'm here on a mission. We can talk later. I'm here to stop you. We don't have an after, Elliot. We can, so long as you step aside. Rowan looks over his shoulder, the door separating you from Callum. Very admirable of your partner of yours, sacrificing himself like that, but it won't be enough. Rowan strides forward. You take a step back, holding the kill switch tighter. Rowan, please, enough. I don't want to fight you. He pauses. Something like regret flashes in his eyes. Do you think I want to fight you? You're the one that insists on standing in our way. I know that you think the Architect is some kind of Robin Hood, but don't patronize me. I made my decision a long time ago. He steps even closer, close enough to run his fingertips over your jaw. You gently lower his hand. Now, I'm waiting for you to make yours. I told you last time to think about all the good we can do together. Your skills, your talent, we need you, Elliot. I need you. You stare into his eyes for a moment, knowing that he's very serious about this. Rowan, I wish I could believe you. His eyes narrow the way they used to when he felt that something was personal, challenge. Because I lied to you? Come on, Elliot, I told you Gaia forced my hand. You know, they have nothing to do with this anymore. They think I've already joined you. At this, Rowan lets out a loud laugh. Oh, so then what's there to lose? That bridge has already been burned, so what's stopping you? Because what the Architect is doing is wrong. You're the one who's wrong. You've only ever wanted to do good, and so have I. Why would you resist to this extreme? You don't answer, instead, fixated on his face. The features are so similar, and yet somehow he looks like a complete stranger. I don't want there to be any secrets between us. I want you to know the whole story. Before you fully condemn me, will you at least grant me that, to tell you why I chose this? Oh, for the love of Christ, didn't we already do this? He glanced at that door that's shut, thinking about Callum. But you know, a chance like this won't come again. And you want to know so badly. So screw your current partner, I want to know about the old partner. Oh my god. Choices is desperate for money. They have to be, come on. Here's the whole story. Let's humor him, I guess. Alright, you have 10 minutes. While Callum gets his ass beat for 10 minutes. Stupid as shit. I want to know what was so earth-shatteringly important that you faked your death and abandoned Gaia and me. Rowan begins to pace the length of the server room, his gait deliberately slow and steady. He could never stand being told what to do. You know better than anyone, except our former director, how often I was willing to bend the rules. I never saw it that way. You had your own set of rules, and damn anyone who would ask you to break them. Ron pauses and eyes you for a moment, as if trying to figure out whether you're insulting or complimenting him. Anyone can follow orders. Anyone can be a pawn. That's the point of living without a moral compass to guide you. And don't act like you don't have your own moral code separate from Gaia's. You just hide it behind a cocky smile. You mean charming smile, right? Do you remember Operation Sunset, where we chased that arms dealer through a sweatshop? Sure, we got split up. I couldn't find you for hours. That was the beginning of the end. The chase was long and hard. Our target was making good use of the environment. Through here. In the desert. I didn't know we were on the Breaking Bad. The two of us had cornered him in a small derelict building, but it was a maze in there. When my eyes adjusted to the darkness, you were gone, and then I saw... What the... There they were, young women sitting at sewing machines, surrounded by piles of fabric. They were chained to the sewing tables. Ah! I could see the terror in their eyes as we ran through. You didn't stop, too focused on the dealer getting away, but I couldn't help it. I froze. You're all... The chains rattled when they moved. Both women and girls, some of them were clearly still teenagers, shrank away from me fearful, except for one. My name is Ron. Please, tell me, why are you in chains? She looked down at her wrists, where I could see the welts along the shackles that chained her to the sewing table. The table itself was fixed to the floor with steel bolts. They work us as hard as they can. They save every penny they can, too. I reached for the chains to see if I could undo the lock, but the woman flinched away. And what good would freeing me do? What about the other girls here? If I escape, one of them will be killed to set an example. I'm an agent from an organization called Gaia. We fix problems around the world, and I'm fixing this one. What's your name? Asia. But what can you possibly do? There are hundreds of us here. If they catch any of us tonight, tomorrow, months from now, we are dead. In her eyes, they burned to fire. She was a survivor. She had clearly seen too much to give any easy hope. I patched my comms back to our handler at Gaia. This is Agent Salazar. I have a situation here. There's a sweatshop exploiting young women. Might be a link to human trafficking. Salazar, leave the distraction behind. Continue your pursuit of the arms dealer. Elliot is on his tail. Please continue your pursuit of the target, Agent. Did you even hear me? There's a sweatshop here breaking about 30 international laws. They're chained up and... Capturing the target is your only objective on the mission, Agent. We'll send a team out to investigate at a later time. To Gaia, my assigned mission mattered far more than those girls' lives, even though I knew you could easily handle the dealer on your own. I didn't have time to save both, so I made a decision. Damn it. I turned off my comms, turned back to Asia. Then I took out my pistol and shot through the chain, binding her to the table. What are you doing? You'll get us all killed. I have a plan. I'll take you all back to the Gaia safe house. You'll be safe there, I promise. You just have to trust me. I will help break the chains. You keep an eye out for the guards. They don't come often, but they could make trouble for you. And so we broke every woman and girl out of that hellhole. I led them straight to Gaia's safe house as Asia issued orders and instructions. This way, come on, come on. No complaining. We must trust this foreigner for the sake of our lives. Compromising our safe house location looked even worse on my record than abandoning the chase, but I didn't care. The girls were safe. HQ sent another agent to pick you up, along with the arms dealer you had tackled and hogtied, as I knew you would. I stayed with Asia until Gaia came to transport them out of there. Asia pulled me aside, serious, but with a hint of redness in her eyes. After seeing what I've seen, I did not think people like you existed. People who want to help for no gain of their own. Thank you, you've changed all of our lives. Forever. Asia. You changed mine. I did? You helped me open my eyes. A situation like yours are more complicated than I assumed. I'm gonna make sure Gaia has the resources to help everyone, not just big targets. I took a deep breath to calm down, then gave her a smile. I know what I need to do now. Thanks to you. Then I'm glad. I'll make sure Gaia gets you the resources you and your families need to survive, away from that place. We will never forget you, please. If you want to come by, once we're settled, I'll prepare a feast unlike any you've ever seen. I would be honored. And that was the first time I directly disobeyed Gaia. And it wouldn't be the last. I can't decide whether I'm impressed that you pulled this off in the span of an hour, or pissed that you didn't respect me enough to tell me about it. Why should I have told you? You would have just cracked some joke about my savior complex. And? Oh no! The worst thing that could have happened! A joke! Oh man, I mean, we really are in 2022 at this point. You don't know that. You're so quick to jump to assumptions, just the same way you assumed Gaia would foot the bill. Imagine if they hadn't. Those girls would have spent right back to their captors. I made sure Gaia followed through on their promise. How can Gaia tout itself as a savior and enforcer of the world peace if they don't care for the impoverished and exploited? You left me out of your plans. I may not have noticed while I was chasing the dealer, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't have cared. I could have helped you. You may say that now, but I know you too well, Elliot. Gaia made you who you are. You'd never willingly turn your back on him. You had your place in Gaia. Getting new assignments was such a thrill to you. But for me, being a Phantom Agent became a shackle. I started to play vigilante in my downtime. When I wasn't on Gaia's clock, I sought my own form of justice. How did you do that without tipping me off? I looked for cracks in Gaia's cases, groups or individuals or organizations who became collateral damage due to Gaia's interference. I was acting completely on my own without outside influences or resources. It was just me doing what I thought was right. So how does that damned architect factor into all this? That damned architect saw the good in what I was doing, saw the good in me, something dear old Marvin never managed to do. I was taking my usual route back to HQ, a couple of turns around the fountain, and back under the bridge, and up past the canal. At figure 8, to be sure, I had no followers, except on this night I did. Who does this guy think he is? Is he trying to mug me? I diverted him away from HQ, up an alley with multiple exits. By the time he caught up to me, I had a gun trained on him. I mean no harm. Whatever you're looking for, I don't have it. It's in your best interest to turn around and leave. I understand the suspicion, but let's just say I know exactly who you are, Agent Salazar. Now tell me why I shouldn't shoot you in the leg and drag you out in for questioning. Make it quick. You use code names with your enemies, but for the people you save, you're quite trusting in sharing your real name. I lowered my gun, but only slightly. He already knew too much. I had no choice but to listen. I know you're an agent of Gaia. I also know that you've been working, if not against them, in defiance of them. Give me an example. I saw what you did for the fishing town. Gaia's pursuit of eco-terrorists led to the accidental pollution of the water. Gaia was too slow to address it, but it also was a convincing threat from you for the local government to step in and help with the cleanup. How did you know about that? I have agents of my own. Your deeds and reputation precede you, Agent Salazar. I don't know what to say. The whole situation is creepy. You found my records, you've been following me, my movements. Looks like I got myself a stalker. I assure you, I have no salacious interest in your person. Rather, it's your integrity I'm drawn to. I've seen those mad in greed treat those they consider beneath them. Not the people with the power to stop that injustice spoke at the opportunity to do so. You mean the higher-ups of Gaia? Precisely. I seek to do the same as you're doing now, but on a grand scale. Gaia may care about their clients and their government contacts, but they hold no real regard for the state of the world at the large. I want to change that. But there's only so much I can do behind the computer. I need someone in the field who has the skills of a phantom agent. You need someone like me. Imagine no longer putting out small fires here or there, but cutting out the rot at the core. The capitalist oligarchs, the ones who pull the strings, oppressed masses will rise up in freedom when they strike against them. Gaia wants to keep the existing order in place. I want to change it. I think you do too. Well, now listen, but next time let's meet in more comfortable circumstances. A few months later, we went to Greece, where you died. Yes, my real mission was to help the architect's hired thief take the hard drive that had all the Gaia's agent intel on it. But why? I thought there would be other agents who'd be willing to defect and join our cause. I wanted to look at the information before deciding. And was I one of them? No. Like I said, I knew how well and how much you cared about your position at Gaia. The architect had commissioned a special drug for me to use, just in case. It would give me the appearance of being dead. It was the cleanest break I could make, from Gaia and from you. Rowan. I know. I would have come clean to you sooner, but I knew you wouldn't accept it. So I hid behind a mask, until the gala, that is. When you and Callum Gray just had to interfere. He sensed an odd turn of bitterness in his voice. Rowan, please. The architect isn't who you think he is. He saw someone who cared so much about others and exploited your caring heart. But behind the grandiose rhetoric is a steaming pile of lies, Rowan. Elliot, he doesn't care about giving back. He doesn't care about the little guy. He's just as power-hungry as the people you despise. I know you pride yourself on being a good actor, but you should remember, it doesn't work on me. I'm not. Enough. I've made my choice. It looks like you've made yours. It doesn't have to be this way. There's still time to help us. He's not working in anyone's best interests. I don't believe you. After all I've given up, I can't believe it. Rowan holds out a hand towards you, pleading. Hand over the kill switch, Elliot, or I'll have to take it from you. You take a deep breath, feeling your conviction deep in your heart. I wish you'd have chosen me. At the admission, his eyes go wide with pain. Elliot, You don't have to explain yourself. It's already happened. Yep, it's in the past, and there's no point in dwelling on it. He clenches his jaw and then reluctantly nods. He easily slides into a fighting stance. I suppose you're right. As soon as the words leave his mouth, he launches himself at you. You duck his incoming punch and weave to the side. What? Can't bring yourself to fight back? Isn't the whole point of being here? He turns and lands a vicious kick to your side, making you stagger. With another hard kick in the same spot, you crash to the floor, the kill switch flying from your hand. No. The drive skids across the floor till Rowan stops it with his foot. He looks at you, his face cold and hard. Rowan, don't. You knew this was the only outcome. And with one devastating crunch, the kill switch shatters beneath his boot. Your only chance to beat the architect is gone. Is it, though? Misdirection, fam. There could be another one. Anyway, without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and share the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. It'd be great to have you here, and you can be one of the community members that I value. It'd be great to have you, really, truly. And also, make sure to hit the little bell so you can receive notifications of when I upload content. With that being said, hopefully you're all doing great. Happy holidays to those of you who celebrate it. And to the rest of the world, 194 other countries. Hopefully you're going to enjoy your normal Thursday like everyone else. And this weekend, just remember to, I'm just going to say this. Remember to cherish each and every one. Okay? Get up tomorrow. Make it better than today. And make the day after tomorrow better than tomorrow. Live each day like it's your last. And live each day like it's your best. Try and be kind to one another. And yeah, that's about it. I know sometimes it may be hard. Sometimes you may be as motivated as me, in terms of like even getting out of bed or anything else. But you know, you got to do it. You know, you woke up, you've already done the first step, so you just got to follow the next step with the next foot, and just keep walking until you know each day you get up. Just keep making the most of it. You know, so hopefully you're all doing that, and eventually along that path, maybe you might find motivation. You might find those that matter in your life. You might find the need for going and whatnot. And who's a what's its, you know? I don't have the answers to everything. I just try and, um, you know, I don't know, take things straight from my heart. It's not always the best wording for it or whatnot, but it is the best intentions. Um, but yeah, try and be there for one another. That's about it. You know, try and do better. Try and be a better person. Things like that. You know, we only got one life, right? May go at any time. So, yeah. Without further ado, love your beautiful faces. Catch y'all later. Peace out.